in some quarters that large four-engine planes would be too difficult to fly in combat cost Boeing the initial order. And yet certain factions in the Air Corps encouraged Boeing to continue development of what was, for its time, a massive aircraft. Using much of its own money and fighting government cutbacks, the company continued to develop what was ultimately to be a most important plane. World events were to justify this decision. The emergence of the Axis powers caused the Roosevelt administration to rethink its attitude to long-range aerial bombardment, a role in which the B-17 would excel. But the first flying fortresses to see action were 20 examples sent to Britain's Royal Air Force, as much for evaluation as for strategic bombing. The British exercise could never be claimed as a major success. Although welcomed by a nation short on armament, the high-flying long-range B-17s the British called Fortress Ones were to have a short and checkered career. By flying at 30,000 feet, RAF crews had hoped to evade German fighters. But the high altitude did not deter the Germans, and the limited defensive firepower of the B-17s proved inadequate against the Luftwaffe. With RAF results in hand, Boeing's designers went back to the drawing board. If the plane was to survive, it would have to be rethought. Substantially more armor, which might reduce the plane's bomb load, would have to be added. With a wartime effort underway, women joined the workforce, and production of the B-17, the plane that at one time no one wanted, was considered a strategic priority. Another major modification to the second-generation Flying Fortress was the completely redesigned tail fin, which remedied the stability problems of earlier models. But the major improvement was to defensive firepower. The revised rear fuselage now bristled with gun positions, some in the form of power-operated turrets. An effective but difficult-to-operate ball turret was a challenge to the courage of any gunner.